Oh, we've got a good one today. Look at this happy dude. Look at that face. What a cute little happy guy we have to check out today. It's the brand new, actually, like really brand new mod. This has barely been out a few hours as I record this. Brand new Weeny Brisket for GTA 5. This is a lore-friendly version of the Austin Healey Sprite Mark 1. And, well, we don't really get a lot of British sports cars inside of GTA, so this is a really interesting one to check out in today's video. And it does actually have 3 different versions for it. And, ooh, this is actually quite sprightly. It's actually quite fast feeling. But there are 3 different versions of this car, slightly different, and some of them have some slightly different tuning parts as well. So we've got a lot to check out in today's video. That really I thought was going to get a lot more damage than that. He's still a happy guy. That's good. So let's just jump straight in and have a look at this thing. Okay, so starting off, having a look at everything that's underneath. And by the way, that is a hood. That is a hood. That whole thing is just one giant thing. I don't know if the real one's like that, but I don't think we've ever actually seen a car that has a bonnet that opens like that, so that's pretty cool. So he has a little small leathery looking boot, which is fun. We have the doors open here. The door cards are just incredibly plain, but then, I mean, this is an old British sports car. And then we have the engine bay, which actually has its own 3D engine block in here. That's pretty fun. I don't know if we've got any new engine blocks in this thing. We'll have a look what happens as we go through the parts. But here he is on the outside with such a happy face. I love a car with a happy face. We've got the old British style multi-spoke wheels. We've got this back with these tiny widow lights. They are weenie lights. I don't know why it's called the Brisket, though, because Healey, Sprite, Brisket, not too sure about that one. Anyway, we've got a lot of parts to look at for this one. On the spoiler, we have options of a luggage rack, a lowered air brake. I mean, that really puts that into the future. We have a raised air brake as well. It'd be kind of interesting if we could have had, like, that move. I mean, that's an interesting look right there. We then also have the secondary color versions of both of those. I don't think that really suits the car, but the luggage rack does, and I quite like that, so we'll go for that. On the front bumper, we have the options of this stock chrome bumper. We then have a lightweight bumper model, which actually, that's not a bad look. Then we have the splitter model. Okay, here's some interesting directions we can go here. We have that in a secondary color, and then we have the remove bumper option. Kind of makes it look a bit more race car-y, so I don't know what I could go for here. I might go for the splitter on this build. So on the rear bumper, we have the stock. Then we have the alternative bumper that gets rid of these, whatever they are, bump block things. Then we have the lightweight bumper. Oh, actually, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll go for that and then mix it on the front. We also have the, they're called the bumperettes, apparently. So we have just the bumperettes. We have removed them all completely, and then we have remove everything, including the plate. Actually, okay, there's many different ways that I want to tune this thing, because one way is to go for this lightweight look, but then there's also this complete remove bumper look, which I kind of want to do that, actually. I'm going to go for remove front and rear, make this like a lightweight sports car. On the skirts, we have the stock, and then we have a secondary color side panel. We'll just keep that stock. We then have the options of taped headlights, headlight covers, then we have the race headlights. He looks more like a happy panda now. I'm not too sure on that one. And then, oh, I mean, that stops him looking like a happy guy, but I kind of like that in like an old race car look, so I'm gonna go for that one. So on the grille, we have the stock grille, we have the remove indicators, we have the horizontal grille, we have that with the indicator removal, then we have the checker grille and no indicators, and then we just have remove, which I'm not too keen on that one. There's some really cool ones here. So the stock one's alright, but I kind of like this one without the indicators. That looks cool. I like that. Then on the bonnet, we have the big intake, which it kind of makes it look a little bit modern. Maybe that would have been on a car of this age. It just kind of looks a little bit modern to me. Not entirely sure. I kind of like this smooth look, so won't go for that. So we have some front badge options. We could remove the weenie lettering. We could remove the main badge but keep the weenie lettering. We could remove everything. We can actually remove the little, what is called the stash, which is actually quite a fun thing. We could remove the stash completely but still have the badge, or remove everything. Man, this is really stripping this down to its basic parts. Do we just go, I'm going to go for clean everything. Make this as smooth and basic as possible. On the mirrors, we have the stock, which is actually no mirrors at all. We then have the flat mirrors, the bullet mirrors, the far flat mirrors, which are just the ones on the wings, and then those in the bullet options. I kind of like it without anything, because that really adds to the whole aesthetic. Okay, now we're talking. Lots of windscreen options. We have the driver race windscreen, just this tiny little thing here. We then have the dual race one. We then have completely remove. We then have the roof. Okay, that's cool. We then have the driver roll bar. Oh man, this is awesome. This is so cool. Never had a car with build options like this. This is really unique. And then we have some different combinations of what we got here. Different roll bar options here. We also have the full roll bar. I kind of want to go for this with the single driver roll bar. I'm kind of wondering, I don't know if this is going to be here, but I wonder if we are going to have a cover that goes over this side that makes it just basically like a single seater. We then have options to upgrade the engine. It was already pretty quick in the first place, but whatever. We can then also lower it down if we wanted. I guess so. Nothing wrong with that. There's an extra in the menu. I have no clue what it does. I can't see any difference. We'll put a turbo on. Why not? Let's make it a performance car. We then have some little extras as well here. We have the Freezy, which is, what exactly? It's this little fella. It's just a little fella. Do we want Freezy? Oh, he's a fun little guy. But we want to have it smooth, so no, not this one. We have our seat options. We have reinforced seats. We have the barrel seats, which are just these little things down here. And then we have the leather textured ones. I kind of think that maybe we'll go for the reinforced seats. Okay, we'll go for that. We then have remove trim. Oh, that removes that whole metal strip trim. And actually, now that we've got to this point, I should probably remove the spoiler if we're going to make it completely smooth, right? So we also have the option for just these leather straps on the rear. Yeah, why not? Why not? Then we also have the option of a front number plate. Oh, okay, so this is the thing. In the UK, you can have plates that's like this that you can just sort of stick on. I mean, I kind of like that idea because I've never seen that done before, but I kind of just like this pure look that we've got going on. Then we have quite a lot of liveries. We've got some stripe liveries going on here and some different color combinations. Then we have some off-center stripes going along here, which also color the rear bars as well. Then we just have these black stripes at the front in some different colors as well. We have the muscle stripes on the side, some weenie badging. We have the Union flag. We have some race numbers. I might have to go for a race number 1 here. We have the Team Pisswasser, Pure Lube. I guess there's going to be a bunch of themed liveries as well from different teams. The Atomic Tires one's kind of cool. But yeah, I think ultimately this race number, because it's not got any stripes, it's just the color, that's pretty cool. We'll go for that. On the wheels, I'm going to go for this slick dish. No chrome, just one single color, which I'm going to make black. And the paint color, I actually kind of like it as it is, but I think really ultimately there is one color that makes sense for this one. And it is, of course, British Racing Green. It makes complete sense. And well, there is that first build done. This is, oh my god, that was actually, what? That was ridiculous. Oh my god, this is fast. What the hell? Okay, this is actually a real barnstormer. This thing is really fast. My goodness. Okay, this is a fantastic race car. This is awesome. This thing is crazy fast. I mean, I guess, really, it's an incredibly lightweight British sports car that if you were to tune the engine, these things could probably get pretty fast. Wow, yeah, this thing really hauls. But we do actually have 2 other versions of this that we still haven't looked at. But before we do that, I should say that predominantly, most of you who view this channel aren't even subscribed. What's that about? Don't forget, you can hit subscribe. There's plenty of content on the way. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. Anyway, back to the video. So here is brisket number 2. This is apparently the rally model. And visually from the outset, it looks pretty much like the original, although perhaps slightly higher on the suspension. That's the only thing that looks kind of different to me. Now this time we don't have the spoiler options, we just have a luggage rack and a wheel rack. So I don't know, let's go for the wheel rack, let's be different. So on the front bumper we have a bunch of different stuff now. We've got the rally plates with the rally plaque on them. We do have that lightweight bumper, but now we have the plaque added. So I guess it's the same variations before, but with the plaque, which is pretty cool. So in this case, I'm going to go for the lightweight rally bumper with the plaque. Rear bumper looks to be the same sort of options that we had on the previous one, so I'm going to keep that for lightweight as well. This one has a couple of different skirt options. We have the secondary color side panel, but we now have some mud guards, and also the option of the secondary color and mud guards as well. So I'm just going to go for some mud guards. On the headlights, we can tape them up, we can cover them. We have the panda looking eyes, and then we have the remove. I think the taped headlights would work just nice. Okay, so for the grille options, we now have a bunch of rally light options in here. So we have the spotlights and the rally lights and the remove indicators, and then we have different versions of that with these lights without the indicators, and I guess we're going to have different variations based on the different styles of grills that we have as well. Basically, every combination you could want, all of them are available. I think for this one, let's go for the horizontal and everything. On the bonnet, we, instead of just having the intake, we now also have the utility, which adds the shovel and the axe. We also have the existing stash options as well again. So for this one, I'm going to remove the stash, but I'm going to keep the badge. On the wing mirror options, it's the same as always, but I'm going to go for the flat mirrors on this one. Then we also have all of these windscreen options. Now, we don't really have anything solid on the roof, so I don't know. I don't think that having this roof is really going to match with the whole rally aesthetic. So perhaps the full roll bar is going to be the look for this one. Also, I have just noticed that I did not change the secondary color. Well done, Lex. That was great. Well, in that case, secondary color, matte, black. Done. Boom. So with this one again, I mean, it's fast when we tune it up, so we may as well do that. This one actually has no suspension options because I guess it wants to be in that basically lifted up form, so that's fine. The extra now I see is actually just having the pane of glass here, because you could just have a frame and no glass, but we're going to keep the glass. So the seat options are the same as before. The trunk options are the same as before, removing the trim, which I will do again. The race kit is the same as before. I'm just going to leave that stock. We also have the option of the hood plate like we had before, and also just this rally plate again. We don't really need two rally plates, so let's try the hood plate actually. We don't normally change the plate type around, but let's do it for this one. And I'm just going to give it literally random numbers and letters to be like a much older star number plate based on relatively what this may have had from new. So there's some random numbers and letters just to try and make it feel a bit more legit, although this one on the back definitely doesn't match up. Seems it's the American one, but oh well. And then the livery options are exactly the same as what we got before, but I'm actually going to leave that stock. I'm going to go for a light brown utility paint, and the same on that rear bar, and I'm going to keep the wheels completely stock. And I would say that is a pretty good rally build right there. Also, just to give the feel, I'm going to knock that dirt level up, make him nice and dirty. Look very rally spec, and yeah, that's the second build done. That is the rally version in the bag. We've actually got two really cool builds right here. But we are still not done, because we have a third version. And it is this. It is the Gasser version, which is, I mean, the sound has changed. It's got a different engine now. This thing is pretty crazy. And, oh, it does wheelies. Although, okay, this is a bit more of a wheel spin wheelie, but it does it. Wow, this thing is absolutely ridiculous for driving in, actually. Let's do a quick build before we drive this around. So on this one, the spoiler options are the drag wing, and that in secondary color, and then also a chrome version. Oh, okay, this is going to be a bit crazy. Let's go with the chrome drag wing. There we go. On the front bumper options, we have the remove bumper, the splitter, and the secondary. I'm going to go for the regular splitter. On the rear bumper, all we can do is remove bumper and plate. That's fine. On the chassis, we have the taped headlights, headlight covers, and remove headlights. I'm just going to go for the headlight covers. Let's be different. On the hood options, we just have a bunch of blower options. And, I mean, let's go for the triple intake bug catcher because I mean, they're always fun. And they sort of match with the eyes as well. This guy looks possessed. Not so happy, this one. He still looks happy. He looks happy to go on a nice jaunt around the world. This guy just looks angry with life. So again, we have the badge options. I could just clean shape. Oh my god. Look at this dude. Look at this. Okay, that's too funny. He looks so dumb. He looks so dumb. Okay, windscreen options. I mean, what are we going to do here, really? This doesn't even give you a roof option, this one. I kind of just want to go for remove windscreen. No bars. Just the biggest death trap you could imagine. Look at that. Look. That... Michael is just asking to be beheaded in this thing. So we have the engine upgrades. I mean, I really want to see what this is like on the road. I'm going to put a turbo on it, of course. On this one, we actually get column shifter options as well, which actually is going to be gear knob options. So we can go for something fun, like the beer shifter. That's always a fun one, especially on a gasser. I think that kind of fits the whole vibe. We have the remove trim option, which I'm going to go for. We have the options of a wheelie bar. We have the parachute, and then we have just the full drag setup of both of them. Yeah, why not? And then we have the exact same livery option. Oh no, almost the exact same. We have the flaming hot, which actually, some of these might be different actually, because I don't remember that before. There might be a few unique ones there. But let's go for the flaming hot, shall we? We'll make the paint matte black. The wheels are pretty much fine as they are, because I get the feeling if I change the wheels, it might... Yeah, it's not going to work. That's fine. And, well, here we go. Now, I'm going to do one more build before this, but I did want to take this for a drive, and I know what the game's like. These boys are going to despawn. So, at this point, out of the 3 different versions of this, I would love for you guys to just let me know what you think is your favourite out of this based on the idea and perhaps my build. So just give you a couple of seconds to appreciate all of these. And now, here we go. Oh, that's actually really fast. That's actually really... Okay, this thing does not turn very well at all. This is a pure and simple drag race style. Oh my god, the turning is so bad.
You got lucky, buddy.
But, yeah. He flies. He goes for it. There we go, straight through traffic. What a time to change lanes. Oh my god. Well, I did want to do one more. I'm just going to show you the finished build thing because, I mean, I kind of want to see what it looks like if you try to stance one in a modern style. I mean, it would be silly not to at this point, wouldn't it? And actually, I've got to admit, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I just went for a more modern but race-inspired wheel. I have just changed the colours, just trying to make it, well, also what I realised is you can change the interior colour because all of these have sort of had a creamy colour. This one I made black because it also matches because the roof is tied to the interior colour. So I made that black and now we also have a black interior. I've gone for this nice sort of like satiny, bluey silver. It just looked really nice and timeless. I've gone for the luggage thing on the back. I've gone for these little bumperettes. I've gone for the basic front bumper. I've gone for this horizontal style grille. I've gone for the flat style wing mirrors. And I made the wheels smaller. I made the wheels wider. And I just lowered it down. And I kind of like it, actually. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think about this and all the other builds. I mean, look at that thing right next to us. It's absolutely ridiculous. I actually, as like my own personal build, this has to be my favorite. I think it's got a nice look to it. It looks like a nice weekend car, perhaps a bit sacrilegious because it has taken away from the original vibe of the car, but I actually really like this. I think it looks really nice. It looks tasteful to me. Maybe you guys disagree. You can let me know in the comment section below, but that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. This has actually been quite a long recording. Who knows how long this video is going to be once I've edited it, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you have watched the whole entire thing, you can say science in the comment section below, just to let me know that you watched the whole thing. Also, I just want to say thank you so much for the continued support as I'm now starting to upload again, getting all your comments and stuff again, and just seeing you all excited to see videos. it really makes me happy and I'm very excited. But that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.